Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by the title, today I want to share my thoughts on closure, whether or not I think it's real, whether or not I think you need it or not. If y'all did see my last video, let's act like that didn't happen. I'm gonna leave the message up there because I said what I said, but I was just and we're not gonna get into it. But I'm back on camera now, y'all, and I'm gonna do my best to start being back consistent like I was, but that's neither here or there. Do I think you need closure? Do I think it's real? I think closure is real in the sense where like people have been violated against their will, or situations that are just severely traumatic where people feel like closure is the only thing that'll help them move on. I feel like closure really does exist in those types of contexts, but in the context of everyday life with everyday people that we interact with at work, at school, at our jobs, whatever the case may be, closure is not a thing that I feel is necessary. I feel like a lot of people sometimes try to use closure as a way to keep having access to things and not closing chapters when those chapters need to be closed. Like growing up watching movies, I've always observed those couples, where they always break up to make up, and the so-called closure that they want to have, like let's just talk it out one more time, all of that type of stuff. That's the reason why people don't move on from situations that are expired, situations that really should have been left in the past a long time ago. And that's what keeps people stuck. And the reason I feel like you don't need closure is because I feel like people's actions towards you is the closure. Because people will lie to you all day, but people's energy does not lie, and people's actions do not lie. People's actions show you exactly how they feel about you. And in these situations where people are treating you wrong and you're just tolerating the disrespect, these people feel powerful. They feel like they have a one-up on you. They feel like you're in their control and that you'll do literally whatever they want you to do. And then we sit up here and we start internalizing their behavior, wondering what's wrong with us and why we weren't good enough or what we could have done better in order for that person to start treating us right. But in reality, they're just a shitty person, and that's just what it is. And I'm not even saying that to be rude. I'm not even saying this to anybody. I just feel like I need to say it because, but it's just like people's actions show you exactly how they feel about you. And I know that there's nuances to every situation, so I'm not going to just concretely say that this is black and white and this is exactly how things go, because I know everybody is different. Life happens, things happen, And another reason I really don't feel like you need closure is because at the end of the day, what would their apology do for you? Because at the end of the day, all of the stuff that you have to endure, all of the stuff that you have to carry to this day, nothing that they can say, no sorry, no can you forgive me, anything can erase all of the things that you went through. What would that mean for you? I understand that there are some people that feel like they truly need closure to move on. And I mean, if you're truly mature and you're really ready to put stuff behind you, I recommend you do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? But like most people, they don't really look at it like that. A lot of people just look at it like, okay, we're just gonna be friends and we're just gonna have quote unquote closure, that way we can still have access to each other. We can't allow people that hurt us in the past to still have access to us in any type of way, because these people will literally come back into your life to finish you off because they didn't do it the first time. I'm not even kidding you. I've seen it happen in real time, and I just genuinely think it's very avoidable to do. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And when it comes to these people from the past, the only reason why they come back into our life to begin with is because they want to disturb our peace, 1, and 2, they want to finish us off, and 3, because they want to resolve themselves of the guilt. But it's like at the end of the day, even if they are genuinely sorry or not, even if they did genuinely change or not, do you really feel like you're going to be able to trust that person fully again to allow them in your life? Even if they told you that they were sorry, even if they said that they changed, I feel like you are a strong individual if you can allow somebody to really just do you dirty, like really dog you out, and then you take them back. I'm not even saying that to be rude. I'm just being honest right now. Like, that's crazy. And I say all of that to say this because this is important. I've seen this happen so many times, and I've seen this play out in real time in my real life with people I know. A lot of women tend to think that when their exes come back, that's a flex. That it's a flex to be saying stuff like, oh, he knows where home is. But it's like, that's not a flex when he knows where home is. He knows where home is because you are his last resort, because whatever he was doing out in the streets did not go well for him. And he's just using you as a backup option just for attention, to fill a void, for for validation, to fulfill his ego, to finish you off, to destroy your peace, to tear you down, to trap you, whatever. Because these men out here be crazy. And I say that because it's genuinely not a flex for somebody to be saying that their ex knows where home is. That means he's able to come back whenever he wants to use you, to manipulate you, to use you of all of your resources, and then just go back to the streets to where he was, and then he keeps repeating the cycle. And me personally, I'm in a place in my life for sure where I don't want anything to do with the past. Not a friend, not an ex, not a family member, not a job, not a whatever the case may be. Anything that I let go of, person, place, or thing, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm looking towards the future now. Honestly, at a certain point when you level up in your life and you start raising your standards and you start desiring different things and you have new goals, you have new achievements, whatever the case may be, you'll honestly be offended at the fact that anybody from your past thought that they could ever come back and have a place in your life. Nobody should ever even feel like, for one, that they are able to put you on a shelf and come back whenever they want to. Nobody should ever feel like they have access to you in that way. That means they look at you so low. They know that you don't value yourself enough to not allow something like that. And I'm only saying it this way because somebody might need to hear it. I think that us not valuing ourselves and us not having standards and not having boundaries and allowing our morals to be changed based off of the situations and who we're around are the reason why we're able to be taken advantage of and get manipulated and be controlled by people. We have to be able to stand for something or we're gonna fall for anything. And y'all know I say this all the time in all of my other videos. Like, literally, we cut these people off for a reason. There's a reason why these people aren't in our life today, because we wanted better and we felt like we deserved better, so we went and we made the choice to do so. So why would we betray our old self, who didn't want those things in our life to begin with, to allow those people to come back in our life just because we're in a season where we feel lonely, or we're in a season where we feel like we really need somebody, or we're starting to reminisce on all the good times or whatever? We have to understand that if these people were meant to be in our life, the good times would outweigh the bad, but they don't. And nobody should ever feel like they have that right to just come in and out of your life, because who are they? And I understand that we make mistakes and sometimes we get involved with people when we don't know our worth and we don't really know who we are and what our values are and what we stand on. I understand and I give people grace for that. I'm not judging you whatsoever at all. We have to be more careful about the people that we surround ourselves with and things that we do for ourselves and with other people. This is exactly why I always talk about cultivating your own sense of self and your own identity and doing things for yourself that you really feel is best for you, and not allowing anybody in the world to try to punish you for that, try to silence you for that, or try to say that you're wrong for wanting whatever it is that you want out of life. And honestly, when you get to that point in your life where you know that you're ready for better, you decide to raise your standards, enforce your boundaries, and really stand 10 toes on it, y'all. And I just want y'all to know that I come on here and I make videos, you know, I'm all calm and I'm all sweet and stuff, and it's like, that's generally me. You know, I'm generally a calm person, but it's also like, you know, I've gotten to a point in my life too where I'm done with the whole be the bigger person thing, because it's like, you know, sometimes I don't always have to be the bigger person. You don't need permission to be the villain and not be the bigger person, because sometimes not being the bigger person is the only thing that gives you respect. And I've had to learn that, because I'm the type of person, like, I genuinely don't like getting out of character. I like to just be chill. I like things to be mellow and at peace. But sometimes people see that and they get irritated by it and they feel like that's a problem and they want an issue with you. And then I have to go handle that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing that. But sometimes making the hard choice and being the villain is the better choice, and that's the only thing that's really going to get you some respect. And by standing on your boundaries, you really have to stand 10 toes online and in real life. People that know me in real life know good and well I don't come on here and lie. Y'all know I don't come on here and lie. Please tell me how many of y'all have came on my channel or have came to my Instagram and tried to follow me. Yes, I see you. Yes, I do. Yeah. Y'all know I don't lie. I stand on my boundaries. If I cut you off 5 years ago, you will remain cut off. That is not negotiable. A lot of people will try to feel like just because y'all grew up together, just because they know you, or just because they feel like they're them, that it doesn't matter that you cut them off. You should be able to just talk to them whenever they come back into your life. And it's just not gonna work like that. It doesn't go like that at all. Not over here. okay? But you genuinely have to stand all 10 toes. It doesn't matter what happens, you have to really stand about something, because if you didn't stand for something, you wouldn't have boundaries, you wouldn't have morals, you wouldn't have standards, you wouldn't be trying to become the best version of yourself, you wouldn't be trying to change. And the best way to change and the best thing to do for you, especially if you're going through like a breakup or something like that, is to level up, is to invest in yourself, because you are your biggest investment. Do anything that you feel like you have to do in order to become the best version of yourself. Of course, things are safe and that are healthy. Don't do too much. Don't do nothing crazy. But do all of the things that you've been wanting to do and you've been putting it off. So go back to school. Start the business. Start reading new books. Get in the gym. Start eating healthier. Make sure you're taking care of your skin. Do all of the things that all the girls on TikTok and YouTube tell you to do. And level up so hard that, one, when your ex or whoever comes back into your life, for one, you won't even be the same person that they left. You'll be a whole new version of yourself. They won't even recognize you. Whether or not you look the same physically or not, just on an energetic and spiritual level and a mental and emotional level, you're not the same person that you used to be. I'm sorry if y'all can't see me. The sun is going down, but I'm not redoing this video. I'm not gonna lie. And two, also level up so hard that when your ex comes back, he's not even your type anymore. So he can hang that picture up, right? Level up so hard that he's not even your type. Like, ew, you're not even the type of person that I find attractive no more. Not even just physically, but on an emotional and mental level. Literally energetic and spiritual too. Like, that's the main thing. There's so many different types of people in this world, and I'm just very sensitive about the people that I allow into my life, because those spiritual diseases are very freaking contagious. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it play out in real time, and it's very sad and it's very scary and it's very unfortunate for those types of people. So I don't know who needs to hear this or exactly what I'm trying to say, but forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. So just because you forgive somebody does not mean that y'all have to have access to each other anymore. And don't allow people to just come in and out of your life like a revolving door. Who are they? We need to have some standards and some boundaries, some requirements for people to get into the door, for people to be around us. We have to value ourselves and respect ourselves as more. And I just want to say this too, because I have been struggling with it a lot. I just want to say that just because you might not be in a certain position in life, and just because you might not feel like you have whatever you feel like you need to have based off of society standards or however people make you feel, just because you don't have that does not mean that you can't still think you the shit at the end of the day. Because this is the crazy part. For me personally, people hate me at the bottom. At the bottom, before I even did all the things that I wanted to do, yet people are on my ass at the bottom. Imagine how mad and pissed off they're gonna be when you get to the top. Just imagine that. Because that's one thing people have always seemed to not like about me. They don't like my confidence. They don't like my boldness. They don't like that I do and say what I want to say. But that's just a them issue. That's a limiting belief. They feel like they can't be themselves or say what they want to do because somebody is going to punish them. I'm not punishable, unfortunately, and I am a rebel if that's what it's going to be, you know, but people are not going to be able to control me like that. But it's okay to pop your shit even if you're in a certain position in life. Don't ever let anybody dim y'all's confidence, because confidence is the only reason why you're going to get out of the position that you're in, right? It's the only reason we're gonna get to the best version of yourself, right? Doing all the things, being all of the things that all these other people talking shit don't do at the end of the day, right? So at the end of the day, just keep being yourself. You don't need to explain anything that you do to anybody, because their actions showed how they feel about you, and you closing the door on them is the boundaries that you put up, and that's all the closure that both parties need. The chapter is closed, and it doesn't matter how much time has passed. Time passing is not an apology. And if people can't even respect you enough to come to your face as a woman, as a man, to apologize to you for the things that they have done in detail, because they'll try to hit you with the, oh, I'm sorry for everything. Baby, that's not good enough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay? I don't really have too much to say because I'll be rambling forever. But hopefully you liked it and found some value from it anyway. And if you did, please leave a like or a comment down below. And let me know your thoughts on whether or not you feel like closure is real, and whether or not you feel like people need closure to move on, you know? Let me know your thoughts. I love each and every one of y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. I love each and every one of y'all so much. It's too many people. It's cars coming and stuff like that. But I love each and every one of y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in my next video.